Hey Roar Nation, welcome to the jungle everybody. I'm your host Jason Tracy, founder and CEO of Roar Consulting. Today we're going to talk about a topic that I see quite a bit out there, and that is making the transition into leadership. I get it. You were a top salesperson, you were a top engineer, you were someone in your field or someone in your industry at your company that they saw enough into to move up into a leadership position. Or you just bought a business or you're new into business ownership and now you have to lead a team of people. It's a hard transition to make, and a lot of times people struggle, especially if they're not getting the right mentorship and they're not being taught the right ways to lead. There's a lot of myths out there that sometimes yelling, discipline, looking for the bad things, those things typically tend to happen. I'm out here spreading the message, don't give up, all right? There's a premium for leadership, and a lot of times people will go back to what is safe. You know, sometimes it's easier just to go back into sales. There's no risk into it. It's not moving out of your comfort zone. Make that push, because as much of a headache as leadership can be, and as much as you're struggling now, I promise it is very rewarding. It's very rewarding. So, a couple years ago, my wife and I were at a country music festival, and it was getting to be nighttime, and we were hungry, so we stood in line at a food cart. And there was a group of young people in front of us in their mid-20s, and they were talking about their careers. And the gentleman right in front of me was telling his friends that he recently got promoted, and they were all excited for him. And his reply was kind of a depressed, "Yeah, I guess so." And his friend concerned said, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Well, you know, I was an engineer and I loved it. I loved it. I was great at my job. I was the best at doing my job. I loved doing it every day. I only had to worry about myself. It's just something I have a passion for doing. And now I'm in this leadership position and I don't have a passion for it. I feel like I have to yell at everybody. I don't have respect for my team. They're mostly all older than me. I'm the new young guy, and so they're not following me, and I feel like I have to yell all the time, or I have to write up all the time, or I'm always disciplining the team. And I'm just not enjoying it. I think I'm gonna have to go back to be an engineer." And, you know, we're at a country music festival. It may not be the time or the place. There may be some adult beverages that are being consumed, and it's not the best time. And I look over at my wife, and she's shooting me daggers because she knows that it's hard to contain this. I'm a pay it forward type of guy. I see an opportunity to help somebody. I feel really bad for it because he's about to throw away a leadership career and try to go back down into engineering because the going got tough and it was tough at the beginning. Stay the course, right? So I had to jump in, and so I said, "You know what? It sounds like you are not getting the right leadership. It sounds like your bosses are telling you have to yell, and you know you have to carry that big stick and carry that respect." And he was like, "Well, yeah, it's really the only examples of leadership that I've seen." And I said, "Well, you know what you got to understand is that you're in this position for a reason. I just watched you talk about how much you love being an engineer and how good you were at it, and I just saw the passion. And if I was on your team and you came to me and told me that same exact story and told me that your passion is to teach me how to do what you did and help me get promoted, help me hit my goals and dreams, I would have a much more likely chance to follow you." Now, I don't know if it was the adult beverages. I'm not sure if it was the word that came out of my mouth, but I could see his mind turning into a little bit of sludge for a minute. And then he looked at me and he said, "Well, what do I do? You know, it's been a couple of months. I've now been in this leadership position. I've kind of set my tone as this jerk, and how would I go in and fix that?" I said, "Well, you're gonna have to, the first thing I would do, I would go in and I'd call a team meeting, and I'd bring my team together and admit you're wrong, admit your faults. Everybody will admire that, and sometimes that's vulnerable and it's scary. And as leaders, we're told by our leaders that you don't ever admit when you're wrong, but you know that's going to be the best way to reach them. You're young, you're new in your career. Pull them together and say, you know what? I'm new into leadership, and I didn't necessarily know what I was doing, but I can tell you what, I'm committed to making this the best team in our whole entire organization. And I can tell you one thing, I was really good at doing the job that you guys are doing. I was so good that the company saw that in me and they put me into this position. And so my job is to help you get to that level or even higher. And my goal is to help you move up into a leadership position if that's your goal. And that is it. So you set your team together, and then you earn that trust. And it may not happen all at once, but as you start to show them value and you coach them, and you show them ways that you can be at the top of the top, just like what you were, then you will be an amazing leader. And so, you know what? I would love to know what happened to that gentleman. We were at a country music festival. We didn't exactly exchange numbers or whatnot, but it's not too late for all of you. All right. So don't give up on being a leader. This is something that you can definitely do. It's just all about changing perspective. So here's the deal. If you were once king of your jungle, but now you feel more like a fish out of water, contact me, give me a call, reach out, shoot me an email. I would love to help you restore that roar. jt.roarconsulting, that's ROAR consulting @gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks.